Good evening, Internet. Shroom here. Gonna play some Sultai mid-range and standard tonight, and this should be the last of my Otter series of decks. So far we've had Otter Destruction, Otter Irrelevance, and Otter Corrosion. Tonight it's Otter Evasion. Alright, so Otter Evasion is a Sultai deck on the control-y side of mid-range, and our idea is that we're trying to win the game with creatures that can't be blocked, especially the eponymous Otter-Penguin, who is 2 mana for a 2/1. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, this creature gets +1/+2 until the end of the turn, can't be blocked this turn. So this card is really the reason why I wanted to try brewing this deck. You don't usually see unblockable creatures at this mana value get to like 3 power, so I'm trying to see whether this is good. Is it a good idea to try to build a mid-range deck with unblockable creatures? I mean, your creatures are going to get through their attacks, right? Seems like if you can keep them on the battlefield, you're going to get a steady, consistent stream of damage and maybe eventually win the games. That's the theory anyway. The Otter-Penguin's main buddy is the Veteran Ice Climber, who's 2 mana for a 1/3 Vigilance. It can't be blocked. Whenever it attacks up to one target player, mills cards equal to its power. So obviously we're gonna have to do something to boost the power of this creature, but it cannot be blocked. And you know, the milling is something that I've used in like actual mill decks. It's not gonna be very relevant here. We just like the 1/3 unblockable body. The vigilance is really nice too because the Ice Climber can actually block. So now that we're in the business of cheap blue creatures that require extra card draw, we might as well play the Tiger Seals as well. These 1 mana 3/3 vigilances that tap at the beginning of our upkeep, but whenever we draw our second card for each turn, we untap them. So they're just really big, cheap threats. They're not naturally unblockable, but we do need a little bit more heft to like add to our clock because these guys on their own are a little slow for standard as it exists today. We also are running a couple of Gingerbrutes as just 1/1 hasty creatures that can become unblockable essentially for 1 mana. So, you know, these guys are a little on the weak side, but I do like them for if we can tool them up, getting in those points of unblockable damage. So, of course, we have to facilitate the card draw downside of the Otter-Penguins and the Tiger Seal. Turns out that's not very hard to do when you're playing blue. So we've got our Ops, we've got our Deduces, a couple of those. We got a couple of 3 of Cryogen Relics. So Deduce and Cryogen Relic both are basically 2 extra cards that we can draw for 2 mana a pop. So each of those is like 2 activations of the Otter-Penguins and Tiger Seals. The Cryogen Relics also, I do like the sack ability of this to stun tapped creatures, which is a little bit of defense, which we kind of need because our deck is a little slower than most mid-range decks. So we also are running Kaito, Cunning Infiltrator, which is just a repeatable source of card draw every turn for its +1 loyalty ability. That same loyalty ability also makes it so that our Tiger Seals, for instance, can't be blocked. So that's how the Tiger Seals become unblockable in case their chunky 3/3 bodies for 1 mana aren't enough to help out. The Kaito can also produce ninja tokens. Just a great piece in this deck. Free repeated ability to draw cards. We do have to discard afterwards, but really we're primarily interested in allowing our Otter-Penguins and Tiger Seals to become to live up to their full potential. And then, like, you know, our creatures are small, our clock is slow, although they can't be blocked. You know, the Otter-Penguin is 3 power when it attacks, which is big for this kind of creature. But generally, we need a little help with closing out games quicker. So we're running Innkeeper's Talent to just pile up those +1/+1 counters on our creatures, eventually making them into huge game-ending threats. That damage is just going to keep coming because our opponent won't be able to block our creatures. So every turn, that's just going to add up more and more. We're also running 3 of Snakeskin Veil, which is a combination of protection. It also puts +1/+1 counters on our creatures. Really a good card to include in this kind of a deck. And then we have a 1 of Buster Sword. I think like equipment is good in this kind of deck because you may not necessarily want to invest the card to like try to enchant something with an aura and have it just get removed in response. But equipment, your creatures can all just pick up one after the other. I wish there was room for more equipment or that there was better equipment. But we're running a 1 of Buster Sword, which is kind of just the most bang for your buck in standard. It's a 3 boost in power. It only equips for 2, and its ability to draw extra cards and cast stuff for free is really strong. So equipping that to an unblockable creature, I think, is really good. Of course, we have to protect our creatures too. There's only 14 of them total, so we need to make sure that they survive so that they can get in those unblockable attacks. So we've got all the Sultai interaction you could want. We've got Duress. We've got 1 Spell Pierce in the main. Yeah, to help protect our creatures, as well as the aforementioned Snakeskin Veils. And then we got to interact with our opponents to make sure that we survive long enough to execute our slightly slow mid-rangey plan. So we got to kill our opponent's stuff, disrupt their their battle plan. So we've got an Into the Flood Maw, we've got our Duresses, we got a Stab, gotta have that cheap creature removal. We've got a Bitter Triumph, we've got a Shoot the Sheriff, and since we're playing black and green, we can play Assassin's Trophy. Just a great versatile removal spell I always like to play as a one-of in decks like this. Total of 21 lands is sufficient for the mana value of our deck, considering how much card draw we have. We do have additional card draw tech in our mana base in these Agna Qel'as, who for 3 mana, which is fairly cheap, can like loot for us, draw a card, then discard a card, thereby enabling our Otter-Penguins and our Tiger Seals. No creature lands or anything, no like demolition fields. Our color requirements are pretty tough. So we're really primarily focused on hitting our colors, while at the same time having room for 2 of these Agna Qel'as. The sideboard contains more counterspells, a Duress against artifacts and enchantments, Disdainful Stroke is good against like Arboroids and Quantum Riddlers, other stuff as well, Essence Scatter against creatures, Spell Pierce against non-creature spells, removal spells. We've got more like discard, we've got a Duress, we've got an Intimidation Tactics against those big creature decks, as well as a Poison the Waters, which can discard a creature spell or can be a -1/-1 sweeper for weenies on our opponent's side. We've got Heritage Reclamation for artifacts and enchantments, a little bit of graveyard hate that can draw us a card. Assassin's Trophy number 2 is here. Into the Flood Maw number 2 is here for matchups where it's good, including Ouroboros matchups. We've got Stab number 2 here. And then for graveyard tech, we've got a couple of Soul Guide Lanterns, and we've got a couple of Torpor Orbs against those pesky ETB value decks. So that is Otter Evasion. Yeah, our clock may be a little slow, but our creatures can't be blocked. So if there's a grindy, stale-matey type of game, we should be able to triumph in that sort of a situation where other mid-range decks will falter. But is our deck too slow to get it done in this super-powered standard format? Let's find out on the Platinum tier. If you like off-meta MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Gaijin the Virtuous is our first opponent. With some Otter Evasion, will be on the play. And our hand looks okay. We can keep this, I suppose. We can play the Seal on 1, but we have no way to like enable it. So I think I'll just play Surveil Land. I can play the Seal on 1 and hope that I find something. Yeah, let's do that. Another Seal. Okay. Hedge Maze. Land number 3. Yeah, we like land number 3. Here's a Seal. That's going to become tapped. That's okay. Eventually, these Seals will become untapped and start attacking. See, this is where like these Seals look really, really bad. And in fact, it might mean that they're bad. Virtue of Persistence. Gonna kill a Seal that couldn't attack. Okay. Play this Ice Climber. So let's say that this Seal can attack every other turn. A 3/3 that can only attack every other turn, I think, is not worth it. Okay, let's power up our Ice Climber. Getting those unblockable attacks. Melee for 2. Hopefully you're not a graveyard deck. Guided by light. Charge trajectory ward. Yeah, that's not gonna work, opponent. Hmm. Do I want to fully level the Innkeeper's talent? No, I think I want to play the Buster Sword. And play a Seal. Someday these Seals will get to attack. Point Scries to the top. What's up, Speeper? Yes, the Ice Climber is back. But this time not in a designated mill deck. We're actually just trying to attack with mostly unblockable creatures. Alright, here come the Seals. Helia. Well, let's equip the Buster Sword. And let's make my dude a 7/8. Heal you for 7. Marcy Revenant. Okay, so I can cast a spell without paying its mana cost. Sure, I'll cast this Innkeeper's Talent. Which untaps my Seals. Whenever you draw your second card. Yeah, because the Buster Sword draws a card. They're eyeing my Veteran Ice Climber. Marcy Revenant? Aww. We'll discard this land. And actually, we'll just pay 3 life, I think, as an additional cost. Come on, Seals. At some point, you have to attack. Opponent with 1 mana available, tanking here during my upkeep. Under city sewers. Okay. So I think we want to make all of our ward creatures, our countered creatures, ward 2, which means we can't fully level up the talent this turn yet. This turn. But considering they have only 4 mana, I think having the Ward 2 to kill this Ice Climber will be good. I'm going to start countering up my Seals, because the Climber is already a 2-turn clock. Of course, they are a life gain deck. Eventually, these Seals are going to start attacking. Okay. Here comes the Ice Climber. Amelia for 7. Now they are a Virtue of Persistence deck. Okay. We draw off the Buster Sword. We don't want to cast Op right now. We'll cast it next turn. Okay, finally we find an enabler for our Seals. Opponent scoops it up. Alright, so white life gain, Virtue of Persistence, Soul Guide Lantern, Torpor Orb, Annul, Spell Pierce, Assassin's Trophy, Disdainful Stroke, maybe. Intimidation Tactics, maybe. Heritage Reclamation, maybe. Those are all potentials. I think probably not Heritage Reclamation. We'll let Assassin's Trophy take care of stuff for us. Do we even want Soul Guide Lanterns? I'll bring in one Soul Guide Lantern. I think I'll cut a Duress. Into the Flood Maw. Into the Flood Maw may not be the greatest, considering they're like a Soul Sisters type deck. Alright, so now we're to the point where we gotta start cutting the package of our creatures, which is always tricky. Because, like, you need the card draw to enable your penguins and seals to be good. I'm going to cut one Snakeskin Veil. And we'll make 5 cuts from our threat package. So I find you cut a couple of card draw pieces. You cut a couple of the creatures that rely on those. Actually, I'm going to cut... Yeah, let's try something like this. I don't know, maybe it's probably better to cut Gingerbrutes, actually, come to think of it, but I don't know how to sideboard. This hand, again, has some Tiger Seals who won't be doing much for the foreseeable future. It also doesn't have access to black mana. It does have counter spells, though. I'll keep. Okay, sure, we'll play a seal. Outlaw Medic. When this creature dies, draw a card. Alright, I'm going to play that on blue, which enables our Verge. And I'm going to pass. Thank you, Seal. Way to go, Tiger. Authority of the Consuls. Do I really care about this? It's slightly annoying. However, we only have a total of 14 creatures in our library. Less than that after boarding, so... I think we can let this go. Alright, more Agna Qel'as, huh? Okay. Play a Tiger Seal. Amalia. Alright, well, we gotta kill Amalia. Pay the ward. Come on, Seals, do something. Another land that doesn't tap for green mana. Okay. Well, I think what we're gonna do is use our Agna Qel'a. There we go. And tap our Seals. Attack. Cease to exile, draw a card, and gain a little life. More authority. Yeah, it's annoying. We'll block. So they're gonna draw a card. Alright, Gingerbrute. So let's again activate our land. We'll discard, I don't know, a null, I guess. And I wish I had used it on that first authority, but I didn't. Now we have green mana. Opponent just passes. Snakeskin Veil, okay. Discard something. What do we want to discard? Innkeeper's Talents? I like all these cards. Maybe the Gingerbrute? I don't know. Maybe Bitter Triumph? Now, we're gonna do Innkeeper's Talent, because I feel like my seals are already large enough to win if we can untap them consistently. And untapping them consistently right now means using this land, which means we don't have enough mana to cast Innkeeper's Talent. Okay, well, opponent's not doing much either. Opt is a lot less painful than tapping our entire mana base. We can bottom Assassin's Trophy. Alright, here's a Gingerbrute, which comes into play and gains him 2 life. Yeah, okay. We'll just shock, so now we can hold up Assassin's Trophy, Spell Pierce, and Snakeskin Veil. Starscape Cleric. Okay, those things can't block, sure. Okay, let's deduce. Untap our seals. Let's make you not able to block. Attack for the win. Okay. Well, I feel like our opponent was maybe on some awkward draws or something, but we got there pretty handily against Orzhov life gain deck. GG's. Black Timus is our next opponent. Some Otter Evasion will be on the play. I don't think we can keep this one lander. We have to mulligan. And we'll keep this and bottom. The Agna Qel'a could be good. We've got Otter-Penguin and a Tiger Seal. I think I'll bottom the Tiger Seal. Alright. Oh, I should have played a... Like, I was thinking this is gonna be a tap land always, but I have this basic in my hand. That's fine. We'll play this Ice Climber. Opponent eyeing my Veteran Ice Climber. Well, you'll need something that costs more than 1 mana to kill it. Okay. Let's go for Innkeeper's Talents. Milieu. Okay, Bristly Bill. So there's some kind of landfall deck, it would look like. It would appear. They milled a Day of Black Sun. Glimpse the core. Gonna ramp. Alright, starting town. Sure, let's level up the talents. Milieu. The Rise of Sozin. Is it just like the, okay. Every time I see the Rise of Sozin, I think, is this going to be like the Exile Everything deck? I'm playing right into their sweeper here, but it's hard to not play sweepers, not play creatures when you only have 14 creatures in your library. Alright, we draw an Ice Climber. Earthbender Ascension. Hollow Merc Siege, yep. So, whenever they attack, whenever counters put on a creature, you draw a card. Sure, let's Doubling Season mode this. Attack for 4, Million for 4. Pass. The Rise of Sozin to sweep everything. Yep. Draw a Agna Qel'a. Hey, it's an Ice Climber. Counter up. So they get to extract some card from my library in hand. Innkeeper's talent. Okay. I've got the one of down. Which I presume they're gonna kill here. Chocobo? Sure. Shared roots. More ramping. Big Chocobo. Bitter Triumph. Can I draw a Snakeskin Veil, please? Nope. Well, we can shoot the Sheriff. That's good news. Discard the second Agna Qel'a. So this guy just brings stuff from my graveyard to the battlefield under their control. I suppose I could have waited, I guess, to see where they put that counter. Yeah, these lands are really, really good. See, they earthbend your creature lands, and now for 3 mana, you get to attack with your Restless Cottage and get your food token. Tiger Seal. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Tiger Seal, sure. It's a 5/5. Yep, yeah, why not just start earthbending all those lands? The end, and of course, opponent has had every removal spell they could want the whole time. Okay, we'll scoop here. They just had every removal spell they needed the entire way. Okay. Duress. Trophy, Heritage Reclamation. Annul, Spell Pierce. Stab is too small to kill Chocobo. Into the Flood Maw is good. Essence Scatter is probably good too. Maybe Intimidation Tactics. Yeah, Stab does not kill the Chocobo. It doesn't really kill anything. It kills Bristly Bill, I guess. Maybe I do want 1 Stab. Brute. Yeah, I don't think we have room for the 3rd Duress. Cut a Talent. Alright, now we gotta cut into our card draw / threat package. So again, we start with the cheapest and most expensive card draw, then Ice Climber, and Tiger Seal. I think the Otter-Penguins are our best creature, because they're the biggest creatures that are unblockable from the get-go. So that's why when we're shaving this stuff, we're kind of trying to preserve that as much as possible. I think I'll just go down to 2 Tiger Seals. Let's try this. Okay. We got cards. These cards aren't, like, particularly good against them. I guess Into the Flood Maw is okay. We'll keep. Problem is we have, like, no protection in just the 1 creature. It would be nice to draw a Snakeskin Veil or a Spell Pierce or Duress, which we can't cast currently. Man, like, okay, opponent does want to play. Good. We'll lead on this tap land. Okay, let's play this Ice Climber. Duress, which we can't cast. Let's play a Cryogen Relic. Kill my thing in response. Yep. Hollowwork Siege. Whenever a counter is put on a creature, draw a card once a turn. Okay. We'll pass. Bristly Bill. I think we'll counter that. sewer. Find another thread or something. Otter-Penguin, sure. We'll take it. Chocobo. Alright. Let's Heritage Reclamation. Enchantment. Glimpse the core. Alright, end of turn. Bounce the Chocobo. Duress you. Take Day of Black Sun. They are Otter-Penguin. There's Chocobo. Alright, let's Deduce. Draw a card, another Deduce. The last card's a removal spell. No. Yes? Pass. We'll take 4. Alright, let's stun down this Chocobo. Draw a card. Tiger Seal. Attack. Sure, we'll play a Tiger Seal. Play this on green. Untapped? Pass. Shared Roots. That's a big Chocobo. Okay. Let's draw a card. Enable our dudes. Attack. Play another Otter-Penguin? Yeah, I think so, so... Please no sweeper. Please no sweeper. The end of my Otter-Penguin, sure. Another removal spell. 5 points, sure, take 5. They have another removal spell. Okay. Well, Spell Pierce. We really tried our darndest. Okay, let's crack this clue. If you find an unblockable creature, please. No. Hedge Maze. Intimidation Tactics. Okay, we'll pass. Draw and discard. Alright, play this Ice Climber. Play this Cryogen Relic. Draw card. Island. Go. Ugin. Get rid of my Ice Climber.
I grant you fools have sown discord, and they
Get rid of
shall
Ugin.
reap my wrath. This is an
How the-
unfortunate fate. Open your mind to possibility.
Spell Pierce the Earthbender Ascension. Land. Okay. Come on, deck. Draw card. Snakeskin Veil. Draw card. Opt. Discard this breeding pool. Pass. Kill the Earthbended land. They don't have any of their funky lands this time, right? Creature? Duress. No. Find a creature. I don't know. Duress probably would have been good, actually. Alright, pass. The Buster Sword. Draw a card. What do we discard here? Innkeeper's Talent, I guess. We have no creatures. Alright, we gotta kill that thing. Agna Qel'a. It's a veteran ice climber. Hooray! Snakeskin Veil. Okay, they get their counter on that thing. Whenever a land you control enters, they're gonna earthbend, sure. Okay, we're gonna pass. The Buster Sword. Equip. Milieu. Draw. Gingerbrute. Sure, I'll play a Gingerbrute. Okay. We got there. Jeez, that took a long time. Anything we want to change here? I don't think so. I think we run it back. Alright, can we beat the landfall machine? With this hand, I'm not very optimistic. We can stab the first chocobo, maybe in response to the first landfall trigger. Oh man, I feel like this isn't good enough. It's very borderline. Well, we're on the draw. We get like 2 redraws off this. We can kill a creature. Let's keep. So I think I'll shock this watery grave. Because if they go chocobo, play land like a fabled passage, crack it, they could get it out of stab range right now. Chocobo. Alright, try to kill it. It's dead. We need to stop drawing lands. Glimpse the core? Sure. Alright, let's play this Cryogen Relic. Draw a card. Ice Climber. Earthbender Ascension. Immediate. Get a counter. Draw land. Well, let's just draw another card. Veteran Ice Climber. Okay. Plain Ice Climber. Well, at very least, they're having to use these landfall triggers to be able to cast their Bitter Triumph or whatever it is they want. Oh, no removal spell. There's the Hollowmurk Siege. Alright, so we really need to find something. We need to find some interaction. Chocobo. Shared roots. Put a counter on the chocobo, draw a card. Tiger Seal. Alright, let's Buster Sword. Whip it. Attack. Heal you for 4. Draw a card. Play another veteran ice climber. The end. No block. Taking 9. Innkeeper's talent. Let's equip the Buster Sword. Let's play Innkeeper's talent. Looks like a removal spell. Do some climbing. Million for 5. Snakeskin Veil. Draw another Snakeskin Veil. Play a Tiger Seal. Pass. My climber can actually now block and kill the Chocobo. Of course, they're going to get to draw a card here. Start the earthbending. Alright, here come the dorks. So, let's double block here. Snakeskin Veil my climber. Alright, we go down to 3. Another Chocobo. Otter-Penguin. Yeah, so we got the game here, I think. Fully level up. Maybe not. We get 2, we're at 9. Million for 9. Draw a card. Heritage Reclamation will play for free. And destroy the Earthbender Ascension. Yeah. And then I think we have to shock here and play this creature as a chump blocker. Hallmark Siege doesn't do anything. Actually, it's going to let them draw 2 cards once they earthbend the land, but they'll have only 1 mana. But now they have 3 creatures that can attack, so we lose to Boss Sing Sing. I mean, okay, very close game. 1 point away. What can you do? But we did our best. We got game 2. Landfall is one of the best decks. Chance will be our next opponent. Some Otter Evasion. We're gonna be on the play. A 1-lander. We can Gingerbrute turn 1. We have Opulent Cryogen Relic. We can find more lands, right? It's very risky. We do have this opt and a turn 1 play, so I'm going to keep this 1-lander. It's risky. Get in for 1. Stadium Headliner. Okay, some form of aggro. Land, please. Okay, we draw land. That's good news. Attack. Pass. Alright, they do their mobilize. Turn inside out. We'll bounce that in response. So they're a Leyline deck, I guess, on a mulligan. All right, I think we'll play this Otter-Penguin. No block. Plotting a show off. Okay. Let's Innkeeper's talent. Land Cryogen Relic. Draw a card. Put a counter on our Penguin, I guess. Use the slick shot. The challenger. Alright, let's stun the slick shot show off. Draw a card. Another Gingerbrute. A Gingerbrute. Tiger Seal. Did that land on black? Counter up. One of these Gingerbrutes, maybe? See if they can kill us. Certainly a good chance they can. Yep. So they get to blow up one of our Gingerbrutes also, the Dread Maws, whatever, Ire. Palace Sword. Alright. So, Stab? Assassin's Trophy, Into the Flood Maw. Spell Pierce, maybe? Yeah. Do we want Intimidation Tactics or Poison the Waters? Maybe? Now we're just gonna kill our opponent's stuff, not make him discard it. Our opponent's creatures. So 4 cuts. Cut a Brute. A Veil. I don't think they have any, like, burn spells at all. Another Veil. I think we just cut the veils, actually. Try this. Okay. This hand looks fine. Leyline? Yep. How did I know? Headliner. We'll kill it. Well, I don't know if we can beat a Leyline with his hand. We're gonna need more removal spells, that's for sure. Kellen. Alright, play Innkeeper's talent. Counter up our dude. Attack. Milieu. What's up, Cure? How's it going? So... Do I want to Spell Pierce? Or do I want to play this Tiger Seal? I think I want to play Tiger Seal. I'll block Killing Tiger Seal. Or perhaps just take the hit. We'll just take 2, that's fine. Okay, we draw a Cryogen Relic. Let's play that relic. Draw an untapped land. That's pretty good. So that lets us tap this guy, stun that guy. Put a counter on our Ice Climber. Attack. Milieu for 3. We're not really any kind of lessons deck. We're all about unblockable creatures. So the otters in our deck are actually the Otter-Penguins that are not on the table currently. Okay. Let's draw a card. Let's level up Innkeeper's talents. Put our counter here. Milieu. I think we stun down the Kellen again. Rather than hold up Spell Pierce. Okay, they target it in order just to draw a card. Alright, let's see them kill us with 0 creatures, 4 mana. They have the Tiger Seal that can block something. Yeah, it's an unblockable unblockable deck is the theory here. So, can they 14 us? It's very possible. Slick Shot, Show Off, plus 2 spells, plus a Fling. full bore. Turn inside out. Okay, yep, they just have the fling. Alright, well, nothing we can do about that. I mean, even if we had Spell Pierce up, they had the mana to pay for it, so... When Leyline has it, they have it. Be the Beast is our next opponent. Some Otter evasion. Let's take their advice and be the Beast. Let's be the beatdown. How about that? Okay, I like Duress into Ice Climber. We'll keep. We can't play the Ice Climber on turn 2. I do like Duress turn 1 against Island, though. Okay, so this is Lessons. We'll take the Monuments. Shoreline Looter. Whenever this creature deals combat damage, you player draw a card, then discard unless there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard. Okay. Do we want to keep a forest? Sure. We'll Duress again. I think we'll take Accumulated Wisdom. They discard Gran. Oh, they have another Gran. And they boomerang basics the Gran. Okay. Let's play our veteran Ice Climber. Gran. Let's counter that. Hopefully keep them off their second land drop. We don't want to mill them. We can choose not to mill them. That's a cool thing about the Ice Climber. Monument. Well, we gotta kill Gran now. Okay, now they have the mana for Combustion Technique. I think we gotta kill Gran. Alright, let's stab their dude. Play Kaito. Make a ninja.
Whatever you need, I've got it. It pays to have connections.
They kill. Tiger Seal. Yeah, I think we want to plus. We'll discard this relic. Play another Tiger Seal. Demonstration. See, that is a problem with this matchup against Lessons, is they can kill like literally every creature. But maybe we can kill them before they can accomplish that. They're at 19. We have kind of messed with them quite a bit.
Trust me, I'm a specialist.
They can't use, they need a combustion lesson or Iroh's demonstration to kill our otter, our penguin, tiger. None of the above.
Stick to the shadows.
We'll discard this land. Attack. Gain loyalty. Play land.
Your
pass.
secrets will be mine.
Firebending lesson kicked. Alright, let's deduce. Draw an ice climber. We'll leave that clue for later. Alright, play this ice climber. Play this seal. Make a ninja.
You go low, I'll go high.
Opponent scoops. Okay. Well, we disrupted them early and continuously, so that's good. So against that deck, we want Soul Guide Lantern. We want a Null. We want Intimidation Tactics. Assassin's Trophy. Heritage Reclamation. Spell Pierce. Duress. We don't need Flood Maw. We'll keep one Flood Maw because we can actually bounce a Monument to Endurance. Okay, yeah, I think we're doing an across the board shave of all non-sideboard tech. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, something like this. One thing that's kind of cool about Soul Guide Lanterns is they can draw cards. So they're like dual function graveyard hate, plus they can enable our Otter-Penguins and Tiger Seals. Alright. We have to mulligan this. Opponent also mulliganed. Well, the hand certainly isn't good, but we're not mulling to 5, so we'll bottom one of these Veils. Storm Chasers. Duress. Let's Duress. Monument. Looter. Alright, I think we'll opt. Watery Grave, sure, we'll keep a Watery Grave. Grand. Well, our top deck is not being very helpful. Agna Qel'a comes into play tapped. Well, play the Buster Sword, I guess. Doesn't do anything. Shoot the sheriff. Yeah. I guess we're shooting something on our turn. monument to endurance. The question is, do we shoot this guy or Gran? I guess we gotta shoot this guy. Oh, he's an outlaw. So we'll shoot Gran. I don't think we can come back. Like, they're way too far ahead. They've got the monument. We haven't drawn a single creature, so... yeah, I think this is the end for us. Okay. We're at 5. We'll take Raoul. They could have just done 3 damage to us. I guess maybe we'll stun this guy. They could have already killed us. Instead of drawing a card, they could have done 3 damage to us, and then they could just bolt their guy and attack for 2. Okay. Snakeskin Veils and never found a creature. I guess we should have mulled to 5. Do we want Poison the Waters, maybe? It doesn't... it kills the guy who draws them cards, so... I think for that reason, I want that. I want my stabs, too. We'll cut Bitter Triumph. And yeah, shoot the Sheriff. I think stab kills everything in their deck. Except for, like, really big auto tokens. Spell Pierce and Gingerbrute. Okay, we're gonna keep this. Spell Pierce is really good. We don't need more lands, please. We get a Surveil. Assassin's Trophy. I think we'll play our tap land and pass. Opt. More Agna Qel'as. Okay. I think we're killing Gran here, as terrible as that is. I would much rather have stabbed it, but... yes, that is pretty nice for you. Yep. I don't think we can let it just keep attacking every turn and get it up to that mode. So let's Spell Pierce the Monument. More Gran. Gingerbrute. Sure, get in there, little rascal. Another monument. Innkeeper's talent. Level it. Okay. Like, once this is down, though, like, until you can answer it, you're just, like, in the waiting room. Okay, there's the artist talent, so now it's much faster. Double monument. Alright, good enough for me. We can't beat that. They're already in Ancestral Recall mode, too, so with our hand of 2 lands and our board of Gingerbrute, we are not going to defeat that. LG Haze, the Dauntless Drafter, will be our final opponent. And some Otter Evasion will be on the play. What is with these 5-land keeps, 5-land hands in our 21-land deck? Okay, we're on the play. I think I want this. Do I need to Duress turn 1? I think I do. Dreams of Laguna. Oh, it's Tiger Seal. Target artifact becomes a 3/1. Okay. Well, I guess we'll resolve this artist talent, Innkeeper's talent while we can. There's the Tiger Seal. Alright, I think we want to play our Otter-Penguin here. Put a counter on it. Okay, they just play the Mechanist guy. Alright, let's opt. Kaito? We'll pick Kaito. Let's play Kaito.
You
We'll
better
make
give me a challenge.
2/2 ninja.
I've got
We'll
friends
counter up
everywhere.
our ninja. Tap with the Otter-Penguin.
Cool tech, right?
These are islands. Thopter Fabricator. So this guy can turn their artifacts into 3/1 flyers. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, create a Thopter token. Okay. Alright, Innkeeper's talent. Let's level up one of these. Let's plus Kaito on the ninja.
Let's surprise him.
Discard this land. Counters to each creature. Attack. We take it.
All part of my plan. Time to make our move.
Dreams of Laguna. Yep, so they can untap their Tiger Seal. Another Thopter Fabricator. Okay, attacking Kaito.
I'm done here.
So we don't have a way to draw cards, which is unfortunate. Let's put the tokens both on the Otter-Penguin, and we'll attack with both our creatures. So we can kill that. It can crew the other one and block. Is that what we need to do? Okay, sure. This is fine. See how they block. Double blocking there. Okay. We will... discard a card and kill that. Alright, they're down to 3. We'll level 2 our other thing. So we just need an opt, we need a Cryogen Relic. Kaito number 2, many good draws. Sure, dreams, Gonna animate a 3/1. Gonna attack for 7. Okay. Please deck Tiger Seal. Fully level up Innkeeper's talent. So, tokens there, tokens there. Attack. Chump chump. Another Thopter Fabricator. Cracking clues. Making weenies. Could I draw an opt, please? Or there's so many cards I could draw. Maybe an Agna Qel'a? A Cryogen Relic? A Kaito? I've only seen two extra card draw cards. But there's many more in the deck. Come on, deck. You can do it. You can do it. We draw land. Are you serious? I think we're dead. Because they can double chump. They double chump this. They just double chump this. Well, we'll see. I have a feeling we're dead. Because I know they can make a 3-1. They've got 4/4s here. So they just need to find a way to crew one of these 4/4s, and then I'm dead. Yep. Yep. So now they can crew one of the things with the tokens. Oh my goodness. All I needed to do was find one card draw spell. Okay. So let's go for Intimidation Tactics. Poison the Waters, Heritage Reclamation, Assassin's Trophy. Anything else? Annul. Spell Pierce, Into the Flood Maw. 1, 2, 5 cuts. Okay, so a Kaito, an Opt, a Climber, a Seal. Well, though. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go down to 2 seals. Let's try this. Alright, our hand's pretty good. Annul and Spell Pierce are both good spells against them. We'll keep. Get on a Verge. Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna play this Ice Climber turn 2. Go shields down for a moment. And not get punished for it. Malcolm. He's a pirate. Snakeskin Veil. I don't think I want Snakeskin Veil. I cannot shoot the Sheriff Malcolm because it's a pirate. Okay, that guy we will shoot. Cryogen Relic. Okay. Let's attack. Million for 1. We'll play a Cryogen Relic. Draw a card. Stab. Let's stab this Malcolm. Ugh. We don't have our counterspell up. Copter Fabricator. Ugh. And we're punished for it too. Well, we'll see if that's a really costly mistake. I'm not even sure it's a mistake, but it might be. Okay, a tiger seal. Well, let's draw a card. Assassin's Trophy. Lock Coal. Wan Shitong. Okay. So let's destroy this fabricator in response. Draw some cards. Or a card. I want to hold up a Null and Spell Pierce. Extraordinary Journey. Exile up to 2 target creatures. Each of those cards, you may play it for as long as it remains exiled. I think I'll Spell Pierce that. Tiger Seal. Intimidation Tactics. Let's cycle this. An Ice Climber. Play our own seal. Think twice. Dreams. Yeah. Lock the coal. Gingerbrute. Ice Climber. We don't draw a card for our penguin and our tiger seal. Oh my goodness. We're getting so punished. So do I attack with the Gingerbrute? Well, I'm attacking with the Ice Climber. One, two, three. Sure, let's attack with the Gingerbrute as well. Pass. Thopter Fabricator. Try to annul it. Dreams so they can attack with their seal. Okay, so we can block like this and take 7. Do we want to double block the Tiger Seal? I don't think so. This thing has lifelink and death touch. Can we draw the thing? Of course not. And now we just die to the flyer. Boo, man. All we needed was like some ops or something, but we couldn't find it. All right, our final record with Otter Evasion was a 1-4, which is, you know, I don't think the deck is that good. You know, it's like a mid-range deck, but compared to the other mid-range decks in Standard, it's less consistent. It's much slower. The fact that it has so few threats is very bad in a metagame where like every single deck is running a million spot removal spells because they have to, because otherwise you die to the Badger Mole decks, etc., etc. It's a very hostile environment for a deck such as this that only has a total of 14 creatures to work with. And, you know, I was disappointed to see we really got let down by the Otter-Penguins and the Tiger Seals in these matches, not finding the card draw that we need. You know, and that's the thing that's going to happen even if you load up your deck with card draw effects to these guys. Like, we're not as loaded. Like, say, for instance, our opponent in the last match seems to have a lot more ways to enable their Tiger Seals than we do. At least they found them easier. We have a total of 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, 7, 8. Each of these kind of count as 2, though. 9, 10, not counting our mana base. So we have quite a few ways to enable their attacks, but still wasn't enough to be totally consistent. So I don't like this build. One thing I do like, though, is Veteran Ice Climber. I've liked this card ever since I put it in a couple of mill decks actual mill decks. Like, I had an oily mill deck that played this card and like a aggro mill deck that played this card. I don't know, something about this card. Just 2 mana, unblockable, vigilance. Whenever it attacks, mill that many cards. It's like 2 win cons in one. If you can find a way to just load this thing up with, like, really Voltron it up, load it up with equipment and counters, I think I might try that. You know, a more like a Veteran Ice Climber focused deck. But I think this idea of trying to go wide with creatures that cannot be blocked, it just doesn't work very well. It's too many moving parts, and it's just too slow for Standard, I think, in this current build anyway. But look forward to seeing more of Ice Climber. I mean, Standard is a hard mountain to climb, but if anyone can do it, I think it's this guy. He seems like he's pretty well decked out. So what would I change? I don't know. You could make a creature a deck that's more just focused on unblockable creatures. The Otter-Penguin, I think, actually is decent. Like, don't get me wrong, compared to, like, the actual real threats, S-tier threats in mid-range Standard, I don't think it's that good because it requires additional assistance to be good. If you can consistently enable this, I think it's good. And maybe you just don't need the Tiger Seals, you know? I was thinking, since we're already a low-to-the-ground blue deck that's interested in drawing cards, add the Tiger Seals, but maybe these should just be more card draw spells or boost spells focused on finding our true unblockable pieces, including our Ice Climbers and our Penguins, and boosting them up rather than diluting our deck with these other creatures that aren't unblockable but still require like additional maintenance to be useful. So that's a thought. Like, you could just focus more on the Ice Climbers, just like Voltroning them out, or you could make an unblockable deck focusing more on these two cards, as well as a couple of other cards. There are a couple of the creatures that are unblockable. We saw our opponent play one in the Lessons deck. There's like a 1/1 unblockable guy. Like if you have 7 cards, where you loot whenever he does damage, and if you have 7 cards, you don't actually have to discard afterwards. There's like the scrawling crawler, not scrawling crawlers, hall crawler things. This is the actual name. They're 2 mana 1/1s that are unblockable, but when they hit once, they can like add counters on themselves to become 3/3s or draw you cards. So yeah, I think maybe it was a mistake to try to veer into Tiger Seals, and it might have been better if we wanted to build a deck like this to just stick with the strictly always unblockable guys, and maybe the Otter-Penguins. This build just didn't work very well. It's not the answer in Standard, so we'll take our 1/4. That's what comes with Jank Brewing, but definitely have some ideas for how to utilize some of these cards in more effective brews in the future, and you'll see some of those. But that's going to do it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed watching me play some Otter Evasion in Standard. If you did and you like off-meta MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I stream MTG on my Twitch channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday nights. There's a link to my Twitch channel in the description below if you want to come check out the action in real time. So I hope you all have a great rest of your week, and I'll catch you later in the week. Have a good night.